Hi, I'm Matt McLaughlin with BizTech Magazine here at the CDW Protect SummIT in San Antonio. I'm talking to Theresa Payton, CEO of Fortalice and former White House CIO. Theresa, one of the things we're talking about is how new technologies kind of affect cybersecurity, and I'm wondering how a company adopting really advanced technologies like IoT or artificial intelligence, how that can impact cybersecurity within the organization.
You know, it absolutely can, because one of the challenges is these new technologies are new potential points of presence and failures in the cybersecurity roadmap. And so one of the things that the security team needs to do is to really ask some key questions. You know, one is, what type of monitoring will be on these technologies? Two, will we be able to put these technologies through the paces in a pilot so that we can actually ethically hack them in this pilot mode in our environment? And then third, to really ask for the time to update their playbooks to make sure that the new technologies are integrated, they've thought about their worst nightmares, and they've rehearsed what do they need to do in the event that these new technologies fail them and there's an incident.
So what are some of the risks of adopting these new technologies?
Well, I mean, some of the risks are obviously a lot of times they're kind of work right out of the box, so to speak. But with that is, in their mindset is, oh, this must be safe and secure because it's new. And a lot of times you kind of have that rogue kind of business implementation of these technologies, and the technology team, the security team doesn't even know anything about it. But even when they do, the development cycle of these devices and pushing it out into the marketplace, it's all about getting to scale. And oftentimes you're buying the device and implementing it at the same time as everybody else, and everyone's learning at the same time what the vulnerabilities are and what the mitigating controls are for that. So again, it's one of those things where you need to kind of create your own offensive strategy, knowing these new technologies are going to come in. They're going to come in at a speed and scale we're not used to seeing in the past. And so how do you create an enduring enterprise architecture that you plug and play these things in, and even if they're inherently insecure themselves, you have a way to go shields up and lock them out so they're not going to be the weakest link in your armor.
So what kind of strategies would you recommend organizations have in place to kind of deal with these vulnerabilities or risks that come up?
I think the one thing that I hope most security teams have realized is these new technologies must be implemented. It's a competitive advantage. If you don't do it, somebody else will, and you're not going to deliver the right customer service, the right time to market at the right cost. And you know, basically the companies are going to get left behind that don't implement new technologies. Therefore, the winning strategy for the security team is to get ahead of this. So if you have an innovation officer in the company, you need to get to know them. You need to have regular meetings with them. If you have a risk officer at the company, you need to get to know them and be a part of their ongoing planning process. And then whoever is setting the go-to-market strategy for your company with your customers, make sure they know you're there to enable them, not to tell them no. And so if you can have those right relationships, you can proactively be a part of those conversations as you're implementing those strategies.
What kind of tensions can come up between cybersecurity concerns, the demands that users put on an IT team, and the business objectives that you're trying to meet with these new technologies?
If security is not a part of the innovation discussion, if you're not actually enabling the customer, making the customer feel safer to do business with your company, then the other stuff that you're doing is considered a dollar the company spent on your work that they can't spend on R&D, that they can't spend on marketing, that they can't spend on earning revenue. So it's really, really important for security people to understand is you should be showing your value. It's not just protect and defend. How are you enabling the business and making the customer feel safe and secure? They're looking for that.